Ladies and gentlemen, Regular Show Lost Tapes is finally here, and the day is here where I can finally talk about it, make a video on my review, what my thoughts are, everything I feel about the continuation of my favourite TV show of all time. And in this video I'm going to be talking about episodes 1 to 5 from the premiere Fix That Tape / Skips' Luau all the way to Coffee Shop Wars, and then in the next video I'll make 6 to 10. And I know this review is late, but JG Quintel decided to drop Regular Show Lost Tapes literally the day my first exam was, and I was cooked for the whole month, so yes, it took me this long to get to it, but finally we are here. So let's start with the first episode, the premiere / special long episode, which was basically episode 1 and 2, which was Fix That Tape and Skips' Luau. And I'm gonna be honest, watching this episode I cried. I'll be honest, call me a bitch saying I'm a grown-ass man crying over cartoons, but yes, I was tearing up when I was watching this because I couldn't believe I'm finally here where I could watch a regular show after basically 10 years almost. Especially that introduction of Fix That Tape where we see the park in the current day where everything's aged, you see the statue of Pops, and then it cuts straight into the compilation in the afterlife, the happy vibes with Pops, how he's enjoying himself. Don't know how anti-Pops is in heaven, that's some devious work, but yeah, we'll take it. And we see a lot of different references here. You see Ace Balthasar, you see Mr. Malin the goat here, you see anti-Pops as I said, and it cuts to Pops watching the tapes, which is Regular Show as a show basically, as we found out at the end of the original show. It's Pops watching it back. And this introduction episode, the Fix That Tape part of it specifically, was just so amazing and so well done. Seeing Pops, seeing everyone, a few Easter eggs right off the bat, and setting a goal straight away of that Regular Show formula, just like the episode 1, The Power, all those years ago. We get a goal set up straight away. He needs to fix his tape. How does that happen? He needs to enter this back room and find his tape before it gets destroyed by this evil company. And yes, this definitely links to an overarching story we will get, because one of the episodes or a couple of the final episodes are the format wars, so we are getting some shit with this down the line, so this is probably some important setup here. The feeling of seeing Regular Show again, seeing Pops again, getting back into the swing of things with crazy shit happening, it just felt so nice. And then it cuts, Pops finds these lost tapes, he puts them in, and you're like, holy shit, and then you hear intro music. When I heard that intro music, oh my god, the emotions got a hold of me, bro. You hear that intro music after so long, it's the same intro, it just says Lost Tapes this time, and it goes straight into Skips' Luau. And then Skips' Luau, you go straight, you're back into that Regular Show format, messing about, having fun with Mordecai, Rigby, all of that. Now, I want to talk about my rankings, because I talked about how I felt in the premiere, how emotional it was, but now let's get into the nitty gritty of how I actually felt about each episode. So the Fix That Tape episode, I thought it was awesome, like I said, I've already covered that. When we go on to Skips' Luau, this one is a bit hard for me to talk about, because of course it was awesome getting back into the swing of things, seeing Mordecai and Rigby being their slacker selves again, seeing the park gang again, everyone back in their primes. But it was a bit of an off episode because it felt really fast paced, like the jokes were just like coming one after another, like wouldn't stop, and it just kept going. So I did feel like the pacing was a bit off, but I was like, it's the introduction episode, let's get the vibes going. And then I was really start picking up with some awesome episodes, like Blade Games and Nap Spot are like 2 awesome Regular Show episodes, like in any of the series, the new and the original, these would be 2 awesome episodes. Blade Games has my favorite gag the whole show so far.
One more for yes, Rigby. Please blink. Rigby, just blink. Your eyes are getting dry. Aren't they hurting?
And yeah, Blade Games and Nap Spot, having Benson, having Muscle Man in Nap Spot, and just the trippy shit, especially in Nap Spot they go through where they're falling through all these levels and they're fighting to make it back up. It's just, this is what peak Regular Show really is. Yes, Skips' Luau introduced us to that, but it felt a bit off pace. These 2 episodes felt perfect in that sense, as in like feeling prime Regular Show and it never misses a beat. However, we go on to season 1 episode 5, Coffee Shop Wars. Out of the first 5 released, this is probably my least favorite one. Obviously love the fact that developing Eileen's character, I have nothing against that. I love Eileen, she's one of my favorite characters in the whole show. But Margaret, I literally don't give a shit. Like, I hate her character, and like I've seen the shows, so I already know what happens. I don't think there's any point of trying to explore them. What's the point of exploring Margaret? Like, I literally don't give a shit if I already know that she's just not important at all to the main show, and he just does some annoying ass shit, and I hate her. And Coffee Shop Wars in general is a pretty weak episode, but let me know what you guys thought about that. It's just the fact that I just don't like Margaret as a character. I hate her. Focus more on Eileen, please. But overall, when we talk about regular show Lost Tapes, it's absolute fire. JG Quintel, that man hasn't lost a beat. I knew as soon as they announced that he's still making this new show that it can't be bad, that it's gonna be absolute peak, and it is. For making me cry and laugh and feeling so emotional in the premiere, the skips his luau, that episode is crazy. The CIA thinking they're aliens, chasing him down, trying to kill him. Blade Games and Nap Spot are more like standard regular show episodes that you would see in the original show. Perfect pacing, great jokes, and really good character work in all those episodes, especially with Muscleman in Nap Spot and Benson in Blade Games. Coffee Shop was, like I said, just not interested with anything that has Margaret in it. Love Eileen though, that's my goat. One complaint I do have though is with Benson. Like, I do feel like Benson, especially in some of these episodes like Skips' Luau and Blade Game, I feel like they're kind of changing up his character, regressing him a little bit, because one of the main points I always had, it's like when you watch regular show as a kid, you thought Benson was an absolute annoying prick. Like, why are you ruining the fun of our favorite characters? But then as you get older and you rewatch it, you realize how great of a boss he was. But I feel like they're trying to regress him here a little bit just to like get back into the same vibe of like, oh, why is Benson ruining the fun? But I don't mind it as much. I just hope they don't completely ruin his character, because Benson is one of my favorite characters when you realize like how much he's been through and how awesome he is when you actually do the work. He respects you a lot. So overall, first 5 episodes of regular show Lost Tapes, they were awesome. Skips Luau was good. Coffee Shop Wars I thought was just decent, like just okay. Nap Spot, Blade Games, and Fix That Tape were 3 awesome episodes, and it really feels like peak regular show is back. Let me know what you guys thought of the first 5 episodes of regular show The Lost Tapes. Let me know any other shows you want me to watch. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all.
With a two-step, yeah, she know I'm gon' get it there. The way she move her body, yeah, she know just what she doing. She don't mess with